Hey guys, it's Toxickid. I'm still a little sick, so my voice is like, meh, but that's okay. Um, in season, I guess. But since Thanksgiving is this week, I decided that I'd like to share the true story of what Thanksgiving is, and then have like a little bit of my opinion in there. So here we go, and it's kind of like just a story time. So enjoy. Okay, so most of us associate the holiday with happy pilgrims and Indians sitting down to the big feast, and that did happen once. The story began in 1614 when a band of English explorers sailed home to England with a ship of Indians bound for slavery. They left behind smallpox, which literally wiped out the entire population of their slavery. Um, and by the time they actually got to Massachusetts Bay, they only had one living Indian still with them, and his name was Squanto. And he survived the slavery and he knew their language. He taught the Englishmen how to grow fish, how to grow corn and fish, and um, at the end of the first year, the Pilgrims had a great fest honoring Squanto. But as word spread in England, the paradise to be found in the New World, religious zealots called Puritans began arriving by boatload, finding no fences around the land. They considered it to be public domain. Joined by other British settlers, they had seized land, captured strong young natives for slaves, and killed the rest. So, like that story of Pocahontas, that was complete bullcrap. Sorry, guys. Kind of just ruined your Disney movies. But they kind of tried to negotiate peace, but then it was like, hey, no, we're not gonna be peaceful with you, and that started a war called the Pequot War, and that was the bloodiest war the Indians ever fought, and it was in 1637 near present-day Groton, Connecticut. Over 700 men, women, and children of the Pequot tribe were gathered for the annual Green Corn Festival, which is our Thanksgiving celebration. So the fourth Thursday of November, and the sleeping Indians in the pre-dawn hours. The sleeping Indians were surrounded by Englishmen and Dutchmen who forced them to come outside, and those who came out were either shot or clubbed, and the women and children who huddled inside were burned alive. So this is actually, in my opinion, it relates to the Holocaust kind of, because it's like, everyone come outside. We're gonna kill you if you don't come outside or take too long to come outside. But this is kind of worse because instead of sending them straight to the camps, they'd be like, you come outside, we kill you. The next day, the governor of the Massachusetts Bay Colony declared a day of Thanksgiving because 700 unarmed men, women, and children were murdered. And that's really terrible that it's my land now, so not only am I taking your land, I'm going to take your lives too. But they all cheered by their victory. The brave colonists and their Indian allies attacked village after village. Women and children over 14 were sold into slavery while the rest were murdered. Excuse me. Boats loaded with as many as 500 slaves regularly left the ports of New England. Bounties were paid for Indian scalps to encourage as many deaths as possible. Following an especially unsuccessful raid against the Pequot tribe in now Stamford, Connecticut, the churches announced the second day of Thanksgiving to celebrate the victory over the heathen savages. During the feasting, they hacked off heads of the natives and were kicked, and they legit, like, cut off their heads and then played soccer in the streets with their heads. That's so festive. Best Thanksgiving ever. And their chief was beheaded, and his head was impaled on a pole in Plymouth, Massachusetts, where it remained on display for 24 years. The killings became more and more frenzied, with days of Thanksgiving feasts being held after each successful massacre. George Washington finally suggested that one day of Thanksgiving per year be set aside in celebrating each and every massacre. So, what I hear from this is we're celebrating the death of thousands of people. Every year we celebrate Thanksgiving, it's celebrating the death of massacres of people, several different massacres, all combined into one celebratory act. I don't think that's very festive, but it's not my matter of opinion. It's an American tradition. Everyone celebrates Thanksgiving, but I just think it's a little twisted on how no one knows the true story. So, while you're sitting down enjoying your Thanksgiving, don't just think about the massacres, also think about how they did get along in the beginning, but then they kind of were killed. We just screwed everything up, guys. But anyways, I hope you enjoyed today's video. I enjoyed making it, kind of, because like I actually didn't know that before I looked this up, and that actually shocked me. Anyways, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you next time I make a video. Peace, love, and rock and roll. Love you guys.